Good morning and welcome to Winning Wednesdays, where the goal is for us to focus on ways to become unstuck because we've been stuck for so long in certain spaces, whether it's in our career, in our personal lives. The goal is to move from being stuck to unstuck. My name is Ebony Butler, and I have been in the space of teaching and transferring knowledge for over 2 decades. I've also had the opportunity to work in many different capacities where I've led teams, and I really want to share with you some key tips that have helped me to be successful, especially while being underrepresented in the workplace. So let's go ahead and dive into it. The first thing I always share is that we have to own our story. We have to own our story, be confident in our story, be confident articulating our story so that we can build our professional brand. Let me pause and ask you, what about you is so unique in comparison with your colleagues, your peers, in the corporate space of work that you're in? What would you truly say is the differentiator or the uniqueness about you? And I'll pause and give you a moment to think. Yeah, a lot of times we don't know exactly what to say. And that's the reason owning your own narrative, owning your story is key and very important. And of course, it takes for us to be able to understand it and be okay with our story. And so there are 3 key areas we should focus on. We should focus on our strengths. We should focus on our experiences, and we focus on our goals. So let's dive into it. We focus on our strengths. What about you is extremely successful? What skill sets do you possess that help you to thrive in the workplace? Once you have those thoughts in mind, I want you to write them down. It's key to write them down. The second thing, experiences. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I will tell you, what has helped me is that I bring in my personal lived experiences into the workplace. And so what experiences have you had? What obstacles or challenges have you had to overcome? And how did those obstacles and challenges help you to be successful in the space you're currently in? Believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, it's not only the professional things that have helped us to be successful. It is our lived experiences. And I'm going to pause and ask you to think about, what value add might there be for you to share in an interview or just talking in a meeting, something about your personal lived experiences? And I'll pause. Yeah. I'll tell you, our personal lived experiences are a part of our DNA. They're who we are. And while we guard those abilities and we guard those experiences, we learn so much. I always share with leaders, if you take something formal that you've learned in a formal setting and you're able to apply it in a personal realm, it permeates. It really drives sustained success and sustained change. And so being able to tap into your lived personal experiences and share that also helps you to be relatable. You show up as authentic and not covering. And you also really show that you've had to learn this thing through this experience in your personal life. And so it's so much easier to bring into your professional life. And last, your goals. We have to know where we want to go. We have to know where we are and be confident in that and face reality. And we also need to know where we want to go. And understanding our strengths, our personal and professional lived experiences will help us to really be able to thrive and to reach the goals in which we have. And so I'll just give you a quick example of what I would say to incorporate my strengths, my lived experiences, and my goals. And I'll go ahead and share that with you now. One of the things I've always known is that I had the ability to connect with different people. And I know you probably are wondering, well, Ebony, how do you know that? And what helps you to really thrive in that space? And it's because I was a young mom. Me being a young mom of 3 children, I had to learn the different personalities. And I had to adjust how I communicated with them, both written and verbally, in order to really show up for them and support them in the way that they needed supported. Because of that, this has been a skill that I learned over 2 decades ago, and I've been able to incorporate it in how I partner with clients and other leaders within the organization. And so it really has helped me to be successful. I encourage you to take note of everything you mentioned, everything you wrote down as far as your strengths, your experiences, and your goals. Start to practice and rehearse it. It's nothing that you're just gonna stand up in front of a room and say, or you might. And it is a part of who you are. And if you can weave your strengths, your experiences, and help them to tap into your goals, it just makes your narrative so much more relatable, easy to understand, and it helps you to move from being stuck to being unstuck as it relates to upward mobility in your career. I hope this helped. Thank you all so much for tuning in.